Welcome, this is day 15 of Cultivate Patience, Introduction to Ashtanga. And today, as we move through our practice, we're going to get to our first standing balance, Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. There are a couple of versions of that and some modifications that we'll go through. So we will do most of the standing sequence, but not all, I'll let you know. So let's get started. Hope you enjoyed your rest day yesterday. Let me know how you're doing, adding on each day to our practice. So come to stand at the top of your mat. You can have blocks handy and maybe a strap if you would like. Your big toes together with your heels slightly apart or feet hip bone distance apart or even wider. Lift your toes, spread them wide, and then replant them back down. Stand up nice and tall, lifting up your kneecaps, pulling in your belly, relaxing your shoulders, your palms just facing in towards your body. Your chin level with your mat. Maybe close your eyes for a moment and start to cultivate your breath. Just noticing where you are today. How you feel. And then just start to focus on your breath. Take your hands to heart center, maybe set an intention or an I am statement, or go through the opening mantra in your mind. Take a deep inhale for the Om. Om. Exhale, hands by the sides. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold in half. You can bend your knees. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, step back to a plank. Lower to your belly or to chaturanga. Inhale, open up, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. 5 breaths. Knowing you could replace down dog with child's pose or come to all fours and take cat-cow. Shake out your head or pedal out your heels. This first down dog of the practice. Bending your knees as much as you need to get that long spine. One more breath here. And then look forward to your hands and step forward. Take that half lift to lengthen. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale. Samastitihi. Again, inhale, arms up, 1. Exhale, fold in half, 2. Inhale, half lift, lengthen, 3. Exhale, chaturanga, or whatever option you need, 4. Inhale, up dog or cobra, 5. Exhale, down dog 6. You can always proceed right from the forward fold to down dog. Just take some more breaths in your down dog. Making this practice work for your body. Look forward to your hands and step or hop forward. 7, half lift. 8, fold. 9, inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands down, Samastitihi. 1 more. Inhale, arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift, lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Look forward to your hands and step, or maybe hop forward. Take a half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Samastitihi. Okay, awesome work. Surya Namaskar B. Bend your knees, arms up, chair pose. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, Chaturanga, stepping or jumping back, landing with bent elbows. Inhale, open your chest, shine your heart. Exhale, down dog. Step your right foot forward, pivot your left heel down. Rise up, warrior 1. Exhale, hands down and flow. Moving with your breath. Left side, left foot comes forward, back heel down, rise up, warrior 1. Exhale, hands to the mat. Chaturanga. Up dog. And down dog. Lifting up your kneecaps. Feeling that crease at your hips. As you pull your belly in and up. Your pelvic floor muscles up. Lengthening your spine, relaxing your head. External rotation of your upper arms. And internal rotation of your thigh bones. Look forward to your hands. Step or hop forward. Take that half lift. And fold. Bend your knees, arms up, chair pose. Stand tall, Samastitihi. 1 more like that. Bend your knees, arms up, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift, Ardha. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Right foot comes forward. Virabhadrasana 1 or A. Exhale, hands down and flow. Or not, your choice. The left foot comes forward. Rise up. Virabhadrasana. Exhale, hands down. Chaturanga. Urdhva Mukha. Adho Mukha. 5 breaths. Pressing your finger pads into the mat, the base of your knuckles, the heel of your hand. A little more pressure on the big toe mound and index finger knuckles. So you have an internal rotation at your forearms, an external rotation at your shoulder, just so that you can have a lot of space around your neck. Really opening up through the shoulders, through the back body. And then look forward to your hands and step or hop forward. Take that half lift and fold. Uttanasana. Bend your knees, arms up. Utkatasana again. Arms shoulder distance or together. Stand tall, samastitihi. All right, we're just going to do one of the standing forward folds, Padangusthasana. Step or hop your feet 6 inches apart. Hands to the hips. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge forward, leading with your heart. Pulling in your belly, hinging at your hip. Grab your big toes with the peace grip. Thumb as a bottle cap. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Retracting your shoulder blades away from your ears. Feeling that lift of your kneecap, even if your knees are bent because of your hamstrings. Reaching your sitting bones up. Feeling that gentle stretch without forcing it. And then inhale, half lift, look up. Exhale, take your hands to your hips. Inhale, rise all the way up. Step or hop your feet together if you want to do that. Samastitihi. All right, we're going to skip the triangle series and go to Parsvakonasana, side angle. Step your right foot out, maybe take a block with you. And rotate that right leg so that you're facing the back of your mat. Heel to arch alignment, left foot in slightly. Level your hips, bend that right knee. Feel that nice stretch, that external rotation at the hip bone. And then you can come your right forearm to your right thigh, stretch your left arm straight up, rotating your ribs towards the ceiling, or you could take your hands on the outside of the foot to a block or the mat and sweep that arm over your ear. Feeling that big stretch in the body as your right knee is over your ankle. Tracking with the center of your foot, lifting up through the arches. And then press into your feet. Inhale, rise back up, arms active. Straighten that right leg. Turn your toes in to the front of your mat. Bending that left knee. So it's over your ankle. Getting your stance, wide legs, stretching out your arms, and then taking your left forearm this time as you tilt your pelvis to your leg and reaching your right arm up or coming down to the mat or to a block. Maybe sweeping the right arm over your ear with the palm down. You should be able to see your big toe if you look down. Tracking the middle of your foot, tracking right with that knee. Drawing your shoulder blades away from your ears. Then press into your feet. Inhale, come back up. Turn your left toes in, your right leg again to the back of the mat. You can come up on the ball of your back foot. You can take your hands to prayer. Your right knee is over your ankle, strong through that left quadricep. Lean forward and twist to the right, hooking the elbow. You could stay upright. You can lower your knee as we've done on previous days. The advanced version of the posture is to take your heel down. So you're drawing your right hip back. You can always lower your knee and sweep your right arm over your ear. Just feel this twist coming from above your navel. Not compromising your breath. And then inhale, come back up, unwind, rise if you're down to the front. Left knee over your ankle. Maybe you're coming up on the ball of your back foot or lowering that right knee. Taking your hands to heart center, leaning forward, feeling that crease at your hip, drawing that left hip back. Maybe taking your right elbow to your left thigh. Pressing into your hands, spinning your heart. Maybe splitting your hands here if you have the space. Maybe sweeping the arm over the ear. So Patabi Joyce actually left this out of the primary series. He didn't have this in. He called it that crazy posture. It's when you're trying to balance with your back heel down, and this big twist. Trying to keep your hips level. You can always modify. And press into your feet. Inhale, rise back up, parallel the feet, extend the arms, and then step or hop to the front of your mat. Samasthiti, being careful of any props that are on your mat. All right, from here we would go through the wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. We're going to do 2 of those. So step your right foot out. Parallel the feet, wide legs. Take your hands to your hips. We're doing A first. Inhale, lengthen. I'm going to turn around. Exhale, hinge forward. So you can review what we did the other day. You could take your hands straight down underneath you, maybe to blocks, and stay there. Or for A version, take your hands in between your feet and reach the crown of your head towards the floor. Lifting your sitting bones up, your kneecaps. Drawing your shoulders away from your ears. You can always stay up in a half position and not fold forward. Then inhale, half lift, look up if you're folded. Exhale, take your hands to your hips. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale out your breath. We're going to do C version. Inhale, stretch your arms out to the side. Exhale, take your hands behind your back. Clasp your hands. Use a strap or an imaginary strap. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, hinge forward. Reaching your knuckles away from you. Opening up wide through the collarbones. Lots of space around your neck. This should feel like a gentle shoulder stretch as you reach your arms up and maybe over your head. If you feel stuck, maybe release the clasp if you have it and see if you can fold a little bit more from here. And press into your feet and inhale, slowly come up. No rush. Don't want to get dizzy. And exhale, release. Heel toe your feet together or hop your feet together. Step back to the front of your mat, back to your Samastitihi. All right, what we worked on day 13 was Parsvottanasana. We're going to repeat that. So step your right foot back so that your right toes, knee, and hip face the back of the mat. And your left foot is angled in slightly, maybe 45 degrees, either heel to heel or even wider. You can use blocks under your hands and keep your hands down, or traditionally take your hands to reverse prayer behind your back or opposite elbows. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, hinge forward. So you can put a bend in this knee, pulling your belly in, lifting up through your pelvic floor muscles. Maybe gazing at your big toe, trying to get your chin towards your shin, but not forcing it. Your right foot is pressed firmly down. You're lifting up through the inner arch of the back foot. And then inhale, slowly come up. If your hands are in a position, keep them there. Turn your feet to face the back of the mat. If you're using blocks, take them with you. Setting up your stance, squaring your torso to face the front of your mat. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, hinge forward. Leading with your heart. Maybe staying halfway or folding all the way down over that front leg. Pressing into the big toe of the left foot. The pinky side edge of the right foot. As you fold over this left leg, letting your body drape down. Lots of space around your neck. And then inhale, rise back up. Maybe extend your arms. And then come to stand at the front of your mat, Samastitihi. So from here, you would proceed with the standing balance right at the front of your mat, and you could stay there. I'm going to turn towards you. Make sure your props are not in the way so you don't trip as you're trying to balance. So you're going to shift your weight to your left leg, standing up nice and tall, pulling in your belly, your pelvic floor muscles. You're going to lift your right leg up. So you have some options here. You can bend your knee and hold on with both hands. You can grab the big toe and take your left hand to your hip, maybe feeling your bandhas working. You could stay here, or you could start to straighten your leg. If your leg is straight, you could fold forward. Wherever you are, you're trying to square your head. You can also use a strap around your leg. You're trying to level your hips. Standing up, rooting through that standing leg without locking the knee. Finding your drishti, your focal point. And if you're folded, you're going to inhale, come on up, and exhale, open up the right leg to the right. You can keep your gaze where you are, or traditionally you turn your gaze, which makes the pose harder, to the side. So it's an external rotation at the right hip. If you have the big toe, you're leading with the toes out to the side. Then inhale, draw the leg back into center, bent or straight. Take a little bow over the leg, and then release the foot. Keep it up, bent or straight. If it's bent, maybe try to straighten it. Take your hands to your hips. Use your quad. Don't lean back, hold. 5 breaths. And then bend your knee and lower. All right, that was a lot of work for the standing leg. Our first balancing pose, although the ones we've been doing have also been somewhat of a balance. I have a whole series on beginner balance that I'll link in the description box. You might want to check that out. All right, right from that side, we're going to go to the other side. So how are we doing? All right, so you're going to shift your weight now to your right leg. Pulling in your bandhas, your pelvic floor, your navel. Lift your left knee up. So you can hold on and stay here. You can always use a wall or a chair. Maybe you're trying to get the big toe with that peace grip. Maybe you're trying to straighten the leg. The full version has you folding forward over the leg. Taking 5 breaths, steadying your gaze. If you're folded, come back up as you inhale. Rotate the legs so that the toes now can go to the left. External rotation of your hip. Holding on to your hip with your left hand, with your right hand, and maybe looking over your right shoulder. Your knee could be bent here, not forcing anything. And then inhale, slowly come back to center. Your gaze also comes back if it went to the side. Fold, bow over your leg, bent or straight. Maybe you're holding on underneath your leg. And then take your hands to your hips, straighten your leg, point your toe if you can. I'm wobbling. Hold, breathe. Don't hold your breath. And then bend and release. Shake it out. That was a lot of work. All right, tomorrow there's one more balancing pose before we go through a warrior sequence and get to our seated work. So you're doing amazing. This is not easy. That's why we have the same sequence every day. So from the top of your mat, we're going to flow down to the floor for a little stretch. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, step back. You can go through a flow or go right to down dog. Just notice how this down dog feels. And then look forward towards your hands. We're going to try to come through our hands, maybe bringing your hands in closer towards your feet and widening the distance. Just start to bring your feet forward, maybe bending your knees, crossing your ankles. Oh, my mat is sliding. Try to slide your body through and lower down. All right, we're going to lower down onto our backs. You can come to one hip, or you can lie straight down. And bring your right knee into your chest. And see if you can grab your big toe from here. Take your left hand to your left hip. And start to straighten your right leg towards the ceiling. So we just did this while we were standing. Your left leg is active. Flex your ankle. And just notice where your right thigh is. Mine is still bent. My hamstrings are very tight. Now if you can't reach your big toe, you can just hold on behind the thigh and straighten. Or use a strap. Now we're going to repeat what we did on the mat when we were standing. So from here, we're going to, as if we were folding forward over our leg, pull in your belly, lift your chest up, your head, your shoulders, towards your knee. Lots of space around your neck. Feeling that low belly pull in. You can always keep your head down if this is too much. And then lower your head down. Open the right leg to the right. It doesn't have to reach the floor. Mine's not going to because I'm right by the window. Try not to have it rest on a wall. You can always bend your knee here as well. Just feel some nice opening in the inner thigh and the groin as you anchor the left hip down. Don't have it pop up. It's a lot easier to do this when we're lying down. Maybe look over your left shoulder. And then inhale your head back to center, your leg back to center. Maybe lift your head back up one more time. And then lower your head and lower your leg. Notice how that feels. And we'll do the other side. Bring your left knee in, flex your right ankle strong through the foot, through the whole leg. And then straighten your left leg, holding on to the thigh or maybe the big toe. Just seeing what this feels like, having your right hand on your right hip or behind your thigh, your left thigh if you need it there. And we're going to fold over that leg if you want to come up, lifting your head up, your neck, your shoulders, pulling in your belly, making this about your core. You can always take your hand behind your head if you need some assistance here. And lower your head back down. Open the leg to the left, any amount. Leg bent or straight, but keep that right hip anchored down. Maybe looking over your right shoulder, just for a breath here. And bring the leg back to center, maybe holding on behind the thigh, straightening the leg, or you still have the big toe. And then lift your head and your shoulders up one more time, as if you're going to give your knee a kiss. And then lower your head and lower your leg long. Shavasana or any other final posture you would like to take. What we just did is part of the sequence that we'll do later, Utthita Padangusthasana. I varied it a little bit with the breath. Try to relax and release down into your mat all the work that you did. Quieting your whole body. You could stay here as long as you'd like. You could press pause. Or if you're ready to come back to your day, start to bring small movements to your hands, your feet. Maybe reaching your arms over your head, getting a big stretch. And then hug your knees into your chest and roll to one side. Just taking a moment of pause and reflection. And take the next few breaths to come up to a seat. Finding any comfortable seated position. With your tall spine. And take your hands to heart center. With your eyes soft or closed. Hold any intention that you've set in the palm of your hands, or just feel that connection. An internal connection. We will close with the sound of Om. Inhale. Om. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Wow, day 15. Subscribe, give me a thumbs up, let me know in the comments how you're doing, anything at all, and I hope to see you tomorrow.